Because the thing is, okay, here we go. Hi, welcome to my channel. Normally I do psychic readings and stuff on my channel, but I just wanted to mention this one thing about Opera and Bastille that was bugging me. Because, like, uh, anyway, like, first of all, like, it's really in downtown Paris. It's, as you can see from the photo thumbnail, it really looks like it's a mall on the side of the highway in California. And it's like really oversized compared to everything else in the area. And it's unattractive. It looks like an aluminum garbage pail or like a series of them. And then it has these really dangerous staircases. So it's like really out of date in terms of accessibility. Uh, anyway, and it serves just like one giant theater space that has like really dangerously steep rake like for the audience, and it's really, there's, to have a performance space of that size downtown, like specifically for opera, which, you know, historically relevant and everything, and but it's not really like what everybody's listening to right now. So in terms of serving the community, it's a pretty fringe thing to like give so much city space to when there's already many performance halls in Paris. And you could argue that opera, probably in its beginnings, was happening in smaller theaters, and that made it more intimate and powerful. Because, like, right now, if you're going to Opera Bastille, it's like going to a hockey game or a soccer game where the person's like this tiny and you can't really like feel it, and like it's not really appropriate to have jumbotrons. It's just like I just have to rethink that. I think like even if they kept it as just an opera space, it would make more sense to reconfigure it to have like 20 small theaters, and that way more operas and like more, you know, artists can have exposure and practice and experiences than just one. And but I think what would be more relevant would be to change the whole building or do a new building that is prettier, like, and fits in with the city better. That is a huge community center and has like free services for the city, because historically Bastille is a place where people come and demonstrate, and like historically, like, they took over the city and like let, I mean, I'm not a historian or anything, but there used to be a prison here, and you know, letting them out and then taking over the after. Anyway, like, I don't know the timeline or whatever, but like the monarchy pretty much came to an end or was interrupted at that time. So it's like the people come there every weekend to demonstrate and stuff. And so there's this like the vibe in Bastille area is kind of like that, kind of has a bit of a aggressive flavor, and like to have this monstrosity, which is basically about wealth, like, you know, it's like each ticket to go see the opera is like over $100, and it's like so big, you know, and it's really, you know, seems classist, like, to have that there. And so it's like, of all places in the city, why would you put something that is really like for the rich, like, there, you know? And also like it's ugly and the building's dangerous, like the stairs are really out of date, like it's not accessible really. And even if you're gonna use the stairs, they're like actually dangerous stairs because there's not enough railings, and even just like walking down into the metro from the street is like I have to like really take my time because it's like slippery stone and there's only like two railings or something, and there's this like wide, really steep stairs. Anyway, it's just like the building is a monstrosity, and it looks like if you put the IKEA letters on it, it would look like perfectly in sync with an IKEA. Like it's this ugly building. Like why? Anyway, so even if you replaced it with like affordable housing, that would be better. But like something that I would like to see there would be like a 24-hour community center, especially, and also to have a place where parents can come with their kids at any time if they just need to like be around other parents and kids, just to like, have support and like have a place to go if like things are getting intense at home, or like they can't cope, or like they need some kind of support like that. Like you can't just have hospitals. You can have like minor emergency places, hopefully in the city, where people can just like, it's not the end of the world, but they like just need something now. Like they need something at 2 a.m., or they need they just need other people supporting their parenting process, or like, or just, I don't know, like more, there has to be more like 24-hour spaces that are for the community, that aren't just like party zones or whatever. So I would like suggest something like that. I know this is like a rambling video, but I just wanted to just point out that I think if they change the whole Opera Bastille like structure into like library, community center, maybe free sports center for the community, like this area wouldn't seem like so still in a state of aggression. I'm not saying that demonstrations shouldn't happen or whatever, but it just would, people might associate this area as being more like healed than like still in some kind of like polarity struggle. Because like to have this giant kind of obstruction, like really taking up a good quarter of the whole area as like a palace for the rich, like it just seems like, and adding insult to injury, like what was achieved, like, so if there could be something like a monument to the success of the community, would make more sense. Even if they kept it as just a performance space, it should be more varied, or have like many more rooms, performance rooms, so it can reflect like what the community is creating in terms of artwork, like in theater performance or whatever. But I think like to have a multi-purpose community center that's 24 hours accessible would make more sense. Because like in cities, you can't just have like end of the world, like hospital things as some kind of support. Like there should be, just as hospitals are 24 hours, there should be 24-hour community centers, so that people can get their resources and support when they need it in the early stages. And I think that like, since the Opera Bastille built complex is so big, it could house like something like that. It's actually bigger than some hospitals are, if you look at photos of it. And in any event, it needs to be totally rehauled because it's dangerous and out of date in terms of stairs and all that stuff. So that's my I didn't put the comments on because like I don't have the time to like answer everybody. I just want to put this out there, and people can disagree with it or agree with it, whatever. Yeah, so I just think like if Paris wants to turn like a new peaceful page, that particular spot is a great place to do a project like that, and because it's so downtown, they could really like help everybody in the downtown area. Like it's right on the metro. So it could really like lift the spirits of everybody. And like I think if people want to really enjoy opera, I think it's better on a smaller scale, so you can really see the faces and be really hit with the incredible voices of the performers. Like little theaters like the one at Marie Antoinette's, like she has a tiny, in her garden there's like a tiny theater, and I think like that's a good scale for plays and opera and stuff like that, where you're really there with them, immersed in it, instead of like watching some like tiny figure, from a high balcony and stuff, where you're just like not connected or anything like that. It was like when I went to see the football team PSG here, like my eyesight isn't that great, and there's no jumbotron, so it's like, I mean, I'm watching soccer, but like I don't know who that is, or like I know I'm watching superstars play, but like, so you just don't have that connected feeling like you would in a smaller space. So anyway, that maybe I'll just like wrap it up here. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully we can make cities better everywhere. And this kind of like 24-hour community center idea might take off, because I think people need it. You can't just like expect it to be perfect in regular life and then only have hospitals as a kind of backup 24-hour situation. Like having a place where like teenagers or like families can like cool off, like if people are arguing and they just need like another space to go to at 2 a.m. that's like safe for families, or like there's something to do, or people can get services and support, or just like talk to each other. Like that would be great, because really all that there is right now after hours is like like nightclub kind of stuff, and it's like other stuff happens at night besides partying. Like life continues, and like not everybody has good skills and like boundaries and stuff. So it's important to like have this kind of like 24 hours support for the community in a really good location. Whatever. All right, you get the drift. All right, talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in.